Well, it's different to be interviewing you after a grappling win. How does it feel?
Feel good. Feel good. Feel less sore, right? Less damaging.
What was fight week like?
Good. I didn't have to cut too much weight, so I could go to Vegas, go to some casino, spend some fucking money, gambling a little bit, eat good. Was a nice trip to Vegas.
Would you want to do more of these? Or
100 every week.
how different was it for you in there? Was it hard to kind of remember, I'm not in a fight, I can't punch this guy in the face?
No, was very easy because the problem with not punching somebody in the face is hard to get in a good positions, right? So I'm not a jiu-jitsu fighter, I'm an MMA fighter. So once I got the takedown and I got the guard or the half guard, I start to punch and the guy gonna give me some positions. But when you fight grapplers, they know they have not to care about the punches, so they do a better job recovering the guard and posting the guard.
How did this whole opportunity come about? Did you ask to do this, or did they come to you? What was that?
No, UFC offered me the fight. I was drinking beers like always and eating steaks. You know, I was enjoying life. I fought in 300, so I'm still enjoying. But they call me and they say, hey, you want to grapple? I say, of course. What's the money like? And they say, is this? And I say, let's do more. You know how it works, right? Negotiations. And then I'm here, very happy. And if they want me to keep fighting grappling, that would be perfect.
Did you see that Dana showed up just in time to watch yours? Did you see him there on the side watching you?
Actually not. I didn't see Dana, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would say, hey, Donna, give me Paddy Pimblett. That fucking easy money.
I was just going to ask, you said you wanted Paddy, but it sounded like you wanted him in a boxing fight, or did I hear you wrong?
That would be even better. You know, but that's not possible. I don't know. I want to fight in the Manchester card. I don't know if it's going to be possible. I don't know if Paddy has an opponent or not. I know he's agreed to fight me. You know, we have been talking shit to each other back and forth. So I think that's the fight to make. But who knows? UFC make the rules, and I'm just an employee.
Do you prefer to fight somebody that you have that back and forth with, or do you prefer to fight somebody you have some respect for?
I prefer easy money fights, and Paddy Pimblett, as far as I am concerned, is easy money.
Thank you.
I think with the boxing, you were referring to the Ryan Garcia call you made in there. What are your thoughts on the situation he's going through right now?
I think he's a genius or he's a crackhead, one of the two. Maybe the both, right? Maybe he's very dumb or maybe he's very smart. I'm trying to figure this out. But if the whole thing is fake, he's a genius. And otherwise, he's just a fool, you know. But I don't know. I think he did a great job promoting the last fight. But I think boxing is easy. MMA is the hardest thing that you can ever do. Don't get me any wrong. That's why you see MMA fighters fighting boxing, fight grappling, fighting all other sports, and you don't see jiu-jitsu guys fighting MMA for fun. You don't see boxing fighting MMA, you know. But you see jiu-jitsu guys competing grappling, competing boxing. MMA is the hardest thing that you can do in sports, in my opinion.
So is that something you want to do once you hang up the MMA gloves? Like we see some of these former MMA legends go into crossover boxing. Is that something you want to do when you're done?
100%. I want the money. And I don't know why they have money in boxing, because boxing is boring as fuck. But I don't know why people pay. We are seeing this, like, that no sense, Logan Paul and Mike Tyson, right? I think that's Jake Paul and Tyson. I think that's crazy, make no sense, but shame on Netflix to promote that shit, my brother. They don't have morals, but but at the same time, I don't know, people want to see that. So if the money is right, I want to fight boxing too, of course.
Fair enough. And just one last one for me. I see you're doing really well with the Show Me the Money podcast. So how has life been like since you started that, and how is it like seeing all the success?
Hard, because I'm working a fucking lot, my brother. I have like a YouTube channel in Portuguese. I have a YouTube channel in English. I have the Show Me the Money podcast. Shout out to Gilbert Burns, Matty, Degenerate Bet. And that's a great show to watch. Today, we had a show. We upload the show today from the last week. And it's just a fun podcast to watch and to do, but I have been working a lot.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Money Moicano.
What's up, my brother?
If you could grapple somebody, grapple a UFC fighter on the next international, or next one, or
Gordon Ryan, give me Gordon Ryan. I'm gonna finish him on the force.
would you like to grapple someone like Damian Maia?
No, not Damian Maia. Not Damian Maia. I have so much respect for Damian Maia, you know. And the thing is, 10 years ago, I went to his gym. You know, I was not a UFC fighter, and I always thought myself I always thought that I was a good grappler, and like I did just a little bit of training with him, and he destroyed me. So I'm not interested in that.
Obviously, Conor is fighting Michael Chandler. Who's winning that fight next?
I hope Conor. I pray to MMA gods that Conor win that fight, because fucking Michael Chandler, my brother.
You got something against Michael Chandler? What's up?
I don't know. I don't want to talk too much shit, but I think Michael Chandler is fake. I don't know why. I look at him, and he seems fake to me. But I don't know him. It's just my impression. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe one day I can beat the shit out of him and see if he's true. But at least I don't see him being real. I don't know why.
What do you think of Joaquin Buckley's call out last weekend? I think you're gonna have to teach him some mic skills.
I didn't like too much, you know, but at the same time, I think he's trying to do something different, and I respect that, you know. During the whole fight week, he was trying to do something different, and I think that's good of him. I didn't like too much, but that's not up to me. That's up to the fans. One thing I can say, thank you so much, because Joaquin Buckley, because you dismantled one of the biggest fraud check that I ever seen, my brother. I thought that Russian was tough, but he is not. He is not, brother. He's padded record. I don't think he's that good. And I pick him on the Show Me the Money podcast, and this is that means a lot. So, thank you so much, Joaquin Buckley.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, Money.
What's up, my brother?
I kind of get the rivalry with Paddy. What's the origin for the rivalry and the background with Ryan Garcia?
I don't know. I think UFC protects him. I think Brazilian fighters are like the Mexicans of MMA. You know, they are. Don't laugh at them, my brother. That's wrong. You cannot laugh at that. But I can say, because I'm Brazilian. But I think Brazilian is like the Mexicans of MMA. If they need like a easy worker in MMA, they call it Brazilians, come here, and put the Brazilians to get beat by other people. And I don't like that. I think Brazilians deserve respect, because the work that we've been putting in MMA since the beginning. And I think this Englishman is a privileged motherfucker, and I want to beat the shit out of him, my brother. That's why.
But what about the rivalry of Ryan Garcia? Where did that come from?
Not robbery. I think he was, I don't know how to say that. He popped by steroids, right?
Yeah.
If I don't know, I don't like people that use steroids, because I never took steroids in my whole life. I have 34 years. I have been competing since I'm 11. I have been training hard, and I hate people that use steroids, my brother. Because imagine that I spend my whole life being clean, and a motherfucker takes some shit to beat you, and that can end your career, you know? I don't like that. But it is what it is, you know. These boxing fighters, they make so much money that they become delusional. He's young, you know, everybody knows him. He has a lot of money. But guess what? I'm Money Moicano, but not everything is about only money. Money is a means to an end, you know. I want a bigger house. I want a better family. I want a bigger family. And money is going to help me to accomplish that. But if you get money and you become crazy and you look down people and you use stuff to get advantage, I don't like that. And like I was saying, I prefer MMA, but let's be honest. The real money is in boxing right now. So I know that fight's not going to happen, but maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, who knows? So to start to do something like that, you have to start to talk some shit. Maybe 5 years from now, I'm going to see something of what I say today.
He's expressed an interest in fighting in the UFC before.
That's bullshit, 100%, my brother. That's I can bet with you that he never gonna put a MMA glove. Sean O'Malley is not well known by his ground game and his wrestling, but imagine if that fight happens. One takedown, the fight is over. You know, in my opinion. I think these boxers, they need a reality check. Once they got kicked on the leg, once they get kicked in the face, once somebody take them down, they're gonna see, man, imagine that. Why you fight boxing? I cannot understand. Why only hands? That's crazy to me.
Just a few about money. How much as a percentage of your purse from this event will you put towards Bitcoin?
That's a good question, my brother. That's a good question, but I don't know. I have to understand more about like, because my problem is I'm not a trader, right? I don't look the charts. I eventually buy when I feel, when I have some cash at side, but maybe 30, 40% of what I make today I'm gonna put on Bitcoin. But eventually, I'm going to keep putting more money on Bitcoin. You saw the economy, like the inflation is going up again, and that's gonna drive Bitcoin to go up. But I don't know if it is the right time. But definitely, I'm trying to study every day about that shit, and I think in the next 2 years, Bitcoin is going to rise a lot, and I believe on the idea. That's the most important thing.
Well, you've gone viral on crypto Twitter. As a community, how does crypto Twitter compare to MMA Twitter?
I don't know. I think crypto, that is one thing that is good and bad with crypto. Because crypto, I would say Bitcoin is like a religion. People is like a fucking religion, it's like a fucking cult. They just talk about Bitcoin. They just talk about how bad government it is. And I get it. It is bad. The economy is bad. They don't care, the fucking government don't care about your money. They will print their way out of debt. But life is more, right? So I like the Bitcoin community. I like the MMA community. But in the end of the day, sometimes I leave my phone aside and try to live life. I think some of these guys, they keep the whole day in the internet talking about that shit.
Yeah, enjoy the win.
Thank you so much, my friend. That means a lot.
Are you going to come out with your own line of YouTube videos talking Bitcoin and teaching people how to buy it once you finally understand it?
Yeah, I don't like, I never say buy Bitcoin. I always say try to understand Bitcoin. Always, you know, everybody that keep asking me about economy, I say, man, internet is a unbelievable stuff. If you put in Google, if you want to learn about history, about finance, about how to become a better person, and the bad stuff too. If you want to learn everything, go to the internet and you're going to learn. So put on the Google, what is Bitcoin, why it was created for, and try to understand that. But I'm doing that especially in Portuguese because, like you guys know, I have a hard time. I have a hard time to speaking in English, so that's why I create a Portuguese YouTube channel, and over there I'm talking my mind better. So once I got better English and better understanding of what I'm saying, I will try to do it in English too.
I was going to say, I think your use of the English language is perfect. I think when I try to watch finance stuff now, it's very boring. I think if you're up there saying this shit sucks and this is great, I think I would probably watch it. So maybe don't get too perfect English. Keep it how it is. I'm trying.
People find funny. Man, I have been enjoying life. I have been enjoying learn. I have been enjoying being in UFC. I'm just grateful. Thank God that I have the life that I'm living. I work hard for that, and I'm super blessed to be here, talk to you guys, and be in the UFC. And about crypto, my message is, don't buy shit coins, buy Bitcoin. Not only buy, but try to understand, because eventually that could save your life. You know, in Brazil, we are having a catastrophe, like something terrible happened in Brazil. And like I say, the end of the world doesn't get at the same time for everybody. So for some people, the world is destroyed today. For other people, the world could be destroyed tomorrow. Could be a hurricane in Florida. Could be a war in Africa. You never know. So that's why you have to learn how to keep your money safe from government, from catastrophe. And if you held your keys of your Bitcoin, that's real private property. And I love private property.
I did want to ask you about tonight because it looked like you got frustrated. How frustrating were the stalling calls?
I was a lot because I was not really stalling. I was trying to pass, but these guys, they have good guard. It's very hard to. If that guy was an MMA fighter, I would have finished him because MMA fighters don't have a good guard game. But the guy was ready. I'm not too frustrated, you know. I make good money to be here. Of course, I would have finished him. There was a little bonus for the finish, so maybe that's why I'm a little frustrated. But I'm happy to be competing. I'm happy to be here in Vegas. And I'm looking forward to fight MMA soon.
Any commentary gigs on the future, on the horizon? Commentary?
On the Rising?
Yeah, in your future, do you have any commentary gigs booked for the future?
I have something. I have to call my manager. I have something booked, but I don't know. But if you guys want a very entertainment commentator for MMA, for everything, I'm here.
Congrats on your win tonight.
Thank you so much.
Renato, just two quick ones for me.
What's up?
We normally see you do battle at 155. I'm sure you had to calibrate a couple things, but how good did you feel at 170?
I felt great, like to not having to cut so much weight. But in reality, 170 for me in UFC would be very hard because the guys are very way bigger than me. So I'm feeling comfortable in 155. I just need more time to have a proper diet. But I felt great on the 170.
And lastly, you walked up to that Shane McMahon theme. What was the thought process behind that? I mean, it went perfect with Here Comes the Money. But like, how did you guys choose that, or how did you go about that?
A lot of people have been, since I start with this money shit, people are saying, hey, use that song. That song is great. But the other song for me in MMA, there is a meaning to the other song that I use in fight nights, on the night of the fight. It's about my son, it's about family. So today was not a fight, so I wanted to try something different, and I like it. That was a good song to walk.
Yes, sir. Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a great night.
Is your teammate Edson winning this weekend?
I hope so, my brother. I hope so, because he's not only my teammate, but he's an idol to me. I remember since the beginning, since before UFC, I always had Edson as a legendary fighter from Brazil. Everything that he did on the octagon and outside the octagon, like he's a true character, you know. Edson is one of, I don't know, he's kind of a legendary fighter to me, and I hope he wins. He has a tough fight. That's not going to be an easy fight for Edson or for Murphy, but I hope he wins, you know. I'm not talking here as a commentator or a YouTuber, you know. I'm talking as a friend, and I hope he wins.
There's a few BMFs in the UFC. He's one of them, right?
100%. Edson Barboza fought everybody, and not even for that. I remember when you talk about Edson Barboza, I remember his style, his kickboxing style. For me, he was the first truly high-level kickboxer that went to MMA. And we saw like spinning back kicks, knees, elbows, knockouts on the head, on the middle, even with low kicks. So back in the day, he was the best kickboxer that we had in MMA, and he was the first one. So that's why he's legendary. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night.